Welcome to the presentation. In this presentation, I will demonstrate how international students in North America can build a network. I will talk about what networking is and why it is important. Next, I'll explain which individuals can be part of your networks and how one can build a network through social media. Finally, I'll touch on the challenges and barriers that you may face in the networking process. What is networking? You may come from a background where networking is not as important as in North America and have a hard time understanding what networking is. Networking is the process of building up professional relationships by getting to know people and letting them get to know you. I like this definition of networking, which is cited on a career advice blog. Networking is making professional friends. It might not be as complicated as you think. Once you become friends, you can ask for ideas, advice, information, and refers from those who are in hiring positions. Why is networking important? First, did you know that the job postings we see online are only 30% of job opportunities? Different organizations reveal slightly different statistics, but it is said that at least 70% of job opportunities are not advertised publicly but filled through networks. In spite of how much time and energy you may have to invest in networking, considering how at least 70% positions are filled through networks, it would be difficult to imagine a more efficient way for you to position themselves close to job opportunities. Next, networking helps you learn industry insights and keeps you updated on career interest. Having conversations with those in one's network and following them on social media platforms such as LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook will give you insights on different industries. Having knowledge and updated information on an industry or a company of interest can get job prospectors ready for interviews. Who can be your networks? Now you might believe that you don't know where to start as an international student, as someone who doesn't know many people. Your network doesn't have to be made of people who are professionally related to you. You can start from any person you already know. Your existing community might be bigger than you think. Your friends, classmates, professors, neighbors, the list goes on and on. Take some time to brainstorm to come up with people who you feel comfortable enough to open a casual conversation with. You can start a conversation with someone through simple questions such as, how did you get where you are now? Tell me about your career. There is so much you can learn about someone in just 15 minutes. Also, you may want to expand your community through volunteering or taking on temporary part-time jobs. Again, the people in your network don't have to be directly related to your job or industry that you're interested in. You never know where a relationship can take you if you approach it with intention and initiative. Now, you may feel more comfortable with the concept of networking. Let's take a step forward and look at how you can make connections with people who are in your field of interest and those who work for companies that you're interested in. Where do you find such people? If you're active in networking with your existing community, you might be able to be connected with people who work in the field or company that you are interested in through those you already know. Also, you can take initiative and find people who work in the related field on your own. In the era of social media, it is not difficult to find specific people online. Another way to find people is by attending professional events such as hiring information sessions or professional conferences hosted by companies or related associations. I'll focus more on how to connect to professional networks through several social media platforms. I will introduce top 3 social media platforms which you can use for networking and how to use each of them effectively. First, LinkedIn is one of the most popular social media platforms, and it is intentionally built for professionals to connect with one another. Before doing anything on LinkedIn, make sure that your profile is updated so that you can give a good impression to those with whom you are connecting. The first thing you can do is to start to connect with people who you already know. Once you're connected to them and they are in your network on LinkedIn, you also gain access to their network as well. When you are connecting with people, be personal and customize your request with a friendly note. When you meet new people in real life, add them on LinkedIn so that you can maintain the connection and follow up with them. Next, join LinkedIn groups. You can start by joining groups you feel familiar with, such as school groups and organizations you volunteer at. Then, find more groups related to your field. You can present yourself by participating in discussion, sharing useful information, and posting. Through getting involved with these groups, you can also reach out to people individually and build up more personal relationships. Twitter is an interesting social media platform for networking. On Twitter, you can have access to people who you might not be able to connect with on LinkedIn or Facebook. It is easy to keep track of trends in the industry through following key leaders, companies, and hashtags. Once you follow some people and keywords, you'll see your feed is filled with ideas and news. Start joining the conversation and retweeting if you find something interesting. Twitter is built for people to be engaged. Feel free to share your insights, news articles, or what others said. If it is not your own idea, you can simply share a link with your comments. In this way, you can build your reputation. The next platform we'll explore is the ever popular Facebook. While LinkedIn is focused on professional networking, Facebook has been used more for social networking. But as the main users of Facebook, which are millennials, have grown into professionals, its use also has shifted to mixed social and professional networking. Once you decide to use Facebook for your professional networking, review your profile and make it clean so that it will not be embarrassing when you are connecting to new people in a professional way. Setting up a separate professional profile could be one way. You can build up your presence and reputation through posting informative articles, your thoughts on industry trends, and inspiring photos on your feed. Another great way to network through Facebook is joining groups relevant to your career interests. After joining groups, be engaged and think of how you can bring value to the group. Be active by commenting on posts asking for advice, sharing insights, and even by asking questions or requesting help. Once you have had some interaction in the group, you might want to take the relationship beyond the group and make friends with the group members to get to know them personally. To sum up, the two main focuses of using social media for networking are building your reputation and getting access to people through discussions. However, the most important part actually comes after making initial introductions. Social media platforms are a good place to initiate connections, but it should not be only about adding more people to your social media list. The goal of social networking should be to bring relationships to a personal level. Once you have built some level of intimacy, bring the relationship out from social media to make it real. Get to know people personally and ask for advice through informational interviews. In an informational interview, you are not to ask for job referrals, but you should ask about their jobs, companies, and their job search advices. Of course, afterwards, you should continue to follow the contact through social media. I'd like to briefly talk about some challenges and barriers you may face as an international student, or just as a person who has never attempted networking before. You might feel intimidated about taking initiative in new relationships due to fear of being rejected or being judged, but it will work to your advantage to be courageous. Whether you're in Canada or US, remember that there are tons of people who are international students and now work in a professional field. Often, these people are willing to help those who are in the same situation that they were in. I'd like to mention that networking requires initiative, as getting to know someone and making relationships always requires a level of initiative. You will not secure a job right away after making one connection. Networking can help you get to where you want to be through gaining insights about an industry and receiving job research advice, or through finding more networks through certain people. Networking is an investment for your future, and it will not go in vain. Thank you for listening.